In the early hours of yesterday morning, Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale had a tragedy in his home. He lost his caretaker. Indeed, his caretaker was found dead in the morning. And social media was very busy most of the day with Bwana Khalwale explaining to us what may have happened. And not only that, we saw on social media the senator ending the life of the bull said to be responsible for that loss in the family of Bwana Khalwale. Yeah. A bull which was a champion bullfighting bull. Okay, a lot of Kenyans don't understand what that is, but relax. We're going to go into it. But now, another side of this story has emerged from a man called Toto, who says, no, that was not anything to do with the bull. That was actually murder. And Toto even gave us the motive, allegedly. Now, before we dig very deep into this very crazy story that has emerged in Kenya in this crazy season we're going through, maybe some background will be very useful so that we understand better what is really going on here, or what may be going on. Now, during the 2017 presidential elections, this channel gained a lot of new subscribers. And the burning question amongst these subscribers, a very burning, persistent question that would not go away, was simply, what tribe is Chris Kumekucha? Obviously, the whole idea was to be able to establish my exact political leaning. Yeah, because it did not come out in my analysis. Well, I know most people know that my late political lecturer, my dad, hailed from the Kamba community. And my late biological mother, who passed on when I was very young, barely 12 years old, hailed from the Luhya community. The Bukusu, to be precise. Now, it is my belief that nothing happens in this life accidentally. And therefore, it should be of great interest that both my parents came from the two most superstitious communities in the country called Kenya. But while we have all been focusing on the Kamba and the superstition and the witchcraft ways, we totally forgot and we did not realize that actually there are other places in Kenya which would compete with the Kamba people. And one of those places is deep in the Mulembe Nation, the Luhya community. And especially at the place where this tragedy of yesterday unfolded, Kakamega County. Please be patient. Please trust me. This is very, very relevant. Now, for anybody who has doubts as to what Kakamega County is really all about, let me just remind you of two recent tragedies bang inside Kakamega County. In February 2020, a tragedy unfolded in Kakamega Primary School that is still shrouded in mystery. I'm sure many of us remember it. And it resulted in the death of more than 13 primary school children. I covered this incident in a video on this channel. I'll put a link to that video in the description area below in case you're interested. Details are scanty, but it appears that what started the whole tragedy was something the kids saw as they were coming out of the classrooms that scared them so much that it caused a stampede. Some children even attempted to jump from a top floor at the school. And some people linked this to witchcraft. And then last year, there was the mind-blowing incident at Eregi Girls, bang in the middle of Kakamega County, where it is said that the girls at the school, the students, developed a mysterious disease where they were walking in a very strange way. And some of these girls appeared to be losing their minds. Now, there were many theories brought forward, but residents still link the incident to witchcraft. Let me just leave it there, but also give you a little homework. If you know anybody from this area, just ask them about a place in Kakamega called Haega in Shinyalu sub-county. Just ask them, what is this area famous for? What is this area notorious for? Now, back to our topic today, now that we have that information. The man who has come out and accused Senator Khalwale of something very, very serious, I mean, it can't get more serious than this, is a man who is popularly known as Toto. Okay, indeed, many people don't know his real name. But most Kakamega residents agree that he is the real boss of Kakamega County, in spite of the fact that he has no elective post. He has no appointed post. He is nothing. But in reality, he is the de facto governor, leader, boss, everything of Kakamega County. Actually, his real name is Cleophas Toto Shimanyula. It is a well-known fact that if Bwana Shimanyula says, you're not going to be elected, you're not going to parliament, you're not going to be senator, etc., etc., that is exactly what is going to happen. Ask Senator Khalwale what happened to him in 2017. When Toto told him, you getting elected? It will never happen. And Khalwale stayed in the cold for 5 long years. And in 2022, Cleophas Shimanyula told his namesake, Cleophas Malala, you want to get elected as a governor? It will never happen. And we know that came to pass. This is a feared man. And it gets even more bizarre. You know, Bwana Shimanyula also owns Homeboys, the popular football club from Kakamega. And in the finals, FKF finals last year, Shimanyula told the Tusker coach, Robert Matano, wewe unatumia uchawi kushinda mpira, lakini uchawi yako haitaniweza wakati huu. He accused the Tusker coach of using other powers to win his games, and he told him, this time round, it will not work. And guess who won that game and is now representing Kenya in a continental tournament? It was Shimanyula's Homeboys. This man Shimanyula is the same owner of some buses that were involved in a very serious road accident where many Kenyans lost their lives, and indeed was charged in court, but the case was later dropped. This is the same man. He is very much feared in Kakamega County. But now, Let us hear Khalwale's side of the story, the Senator of Kakamega, over this very unfortunate incident that unfolded in his home state. Senator Khalwale told us that the previous day he had paid his caretaker, and therefore Khalwale assumed that the caretaker went out and had a few drinks too many, as usual. And he speculates that this caretaker of his may have come back, and provoked this very dangerous bullfighting bull. And this is what resulted in the tragedy. The senator then went on, live on social media, to end the life of that bull for ending the life of a human. But now, Toto has come out and told us no, that is not what happened. And Toto has told us that he has examined the body, and the injuries he's seeing are not the injuries from an enraged bull. No, they're actually injuries from a knife. And Shimanyula even goes ahead to make a crazy, sensational allegation that this is love triangle manenos involving the senator's wife and the deceased. Now, Kenyans will know that Khalwale had 3 wives, but one passed on, very unfortunately, not too long ago. And now he has 2 wives. Khalwale is also the patron of the multi-million shilling bullfighting sport in Western Kenya. Most of it is centered around his Ikolomani constituency. You see, what happens during this bullfighting is people place bets, and the winning bull, or rather the owner of the winning bull, can take home as much as Kenya shillings 400,000 in prize money. And this bullfighting happens practically every single weekend. So do your calculations to prove what I'm saying. This is a multi-million shilling sport, if you want to call it a sport. So let us break this down and try and find some answers. Okay? But before I do that, please allow me to acknowledge our sponsors for today's show, which is 2 acres at Riverside Drive. Now, this plot faces the Westlands Hub and is very suitable for an office block, apartments, or even mixed development. It's next to the exclusive Delta Riverside and is surrounded by all the leading banks in the country. Okay? Now, of course, land in this particular area is prime and very, very expensive. The owner is asking for 275 million per acre, but it is negotiable. In case you're interested, you can use the telephone number you see on your screens right now. Give Richard a call and see where you can go from there. Right.
Media na mitandao anasema kwamba ng'ombe iligonga mfanyakazi wake, na ripoti ambayo tunaipata ambayo imetuhuzunisha sana, Khalwale ndiye aliua mfanyakazi wake mwenyewe. Na kitu nashangaa kwa sababu ya polisi walikuja pale, yeye mwenyewe amekuja akaosha hiyo mwili. Na sisi kitu tunashindwa ni kwamba tumepata report ambayo tunapata na tujapata ukweli wake. Tunaomba polisi kama inawezekana Khalwale awekwe ndani, asitakiwe na mada. Yeye ilisemekana kwamba mke wa Khalwale ule anakaa nyumbani alikuwa mpenzi wa huyo mfanyakazi wake. So Khalwale akaamua kwa hasira akaweza kumuua huyo jamaa, na kumuua alivyomuua mwenyewe akakuja tena akamuosha na kusema kwamba ng'ombe imemgonga ule jamaa. Sisi wenyewe tumechukua juhudi yetu, tumekwenda kuhakikisha katika hiyo mwili, mimi kama Toto, ule jamaa hata kama sijasomea kazi ya postmortem alidungwa visu. Na hiyo sio pembe ya ng'ombe. Khalwale alichukua hiyo ng'ombe kama sacrifice ya kusema kwamba adanganyie ng'ombe. Kwa sababu kama ng'ombe kweli kabisa, yeye anasema alikuwa kwa nyumba. Anasema mwenyewe alikuwa ndani ya nyumba yake akiwa na watu. Ng'ombe hata kigonga ukuta utasikia, mtu akigonga atapiga nduru. So hiyo kitendo imetuhuzunisha sana, na mimi nimesema ndashikana na hiyo familia ule mali amekufa. Tuhakikishe tumepata haki ifanyike. Na Khalwale polisi wasimfiche, DCI wote tumeomba wafanye uchunguzi ya kisasawa. Khalwale ndiye ameua mfanyakazi wake kwa sababu mfanyakazi wake alikuwa mpenzi wa bibi yake. Kwangu ndakueleza kwamba unajua familia mingi ni watu wajiwezi, kwa sababu familia wewe jamani, mtu alikuwa umesikia Khalwale amesema amefanya naye miaka 20. Hiyo miaka 20 yote ni mtu alikuwa amemjuana na anamjua vizuri. Na Khalwale ameweza kuongea na hiyo familia kuwapatia ile uongo. So mimi nataka familia ikae ikijua Khalwale mwenyewe ndiye aliyemuua huyo jamaa, na ulivyomuua ukitaka kujua ni ukweli, mtu alikufaje usiku, wanakuja kugundua asubuhi. Tena to make the matter worse, yeye anasema ni daktari. Na mimi ndio nimesema mara mingi Khalwale sio daktari na yuko qualified. Ilikuwaje yeye anaosha mwili kama ng'ombe imegonga? Na mwili ya ng'ombe kugonga, sisi tumeona ng'ombe zikigonga watu. Ng'ombe unaumiza mtu zaidi, sio vile ilikuwa. Huyu jamaa alipigwa kisu na akakufa na aliuliwa usiku. Mimi nataka kabla hata DCI kabla wanaenda uchunguzi wao, Khalwale awekwe ndani na keza.
Now, we know that Cleophas Toto Shimanyula has always been sympathetic towards the ODM party. Therefore, we can call him an opposition man. And we also know that Senator Khalwale is in Kenya Kwanza. So, could this be a case of people in politics trying to do each other in? Now, that particular angle doesn't quite sell, especially now, because we know that Senator Khalwale in recent days, recent weeks, has not been singing the Kenya Kwanza tune. He has been talking more and more in favor of his constituents and the people who elected him. He has been voicing their concerns and what they're feeling, rather than the very selfish, self-centered rhetoric and narrative that Kenya Kwanza has been trying to push down people's throats. And therefore it is unlikely that this is what's happening here. But there's a very interesting clue in what Toto told us. He said he has decided to stand with the family of the deceased worker of Senator Khalwale in an effort to get justice. And the very bad news here for Khalwale is that Shimanyula has never taken up a cause where he has ended up losing. Whenever he takes up something, he always ends up having his way. He always, without fail, ends up winning. And therefore it will be super fascinating to see where these accusations go. Because Shimanyula has appealed to the authorities, and especially the DCI, to investigate and find out the truth. And keeping our minds on what season we are in, it is not too hard to make some predictions about where this will end. Okay? Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.